Welcome to another episode on Life by Design, where we explore student life, personal growth, and success. We dive into the real stories, real journeys, and the strategies behind purposeful living. Today, we dive into the world of physiotherapy through the lens of a graduate physiotherapist who has chosen healing as a mission and not just a career. If you've ever wondered what it takes to build a career in healthcare, or be passionate within a demanding field, or turn your degree into a purposeful, driven mission, this is for you. Join us today as we ask the big questions and hear the honest answers about physiotherapy, career clarity, student struggle, and how to design a life of impact from the very beginning. Stay tuned. Our noble guest today is Kingsley Ofosu, a physiotherapist graduate from UHAS, University Health and Allied Science, who is currently a volunteer at Whole Teaching Hospital. And as we stand now, I don't want to keep you waiting or anticipating what we have for you. And so, let's dive in. Welcome, Kingsley.
Thank you very much, my brother.
It's a pleasure having you today.
It's a pleasure being here, having a conversation with you. Thanks for making this happen.
That's great. How are you?
I'm fine, thank you. What about you, my brother?
I'm blessed as well.
Yeah.
That's great. Without keeping our guests and our audience waiting or anticipating what we have for them, the first question today is, why physiotherapy?
Wow. Yeah. I really anticipated that question. Why physiotherapy? Honestly, when I woke up this morning coming here, I told myself that, Kane, I'm going to be as honest as possible. And why physiotherapy? Why physiotherapy? I wouldn't say that it was a lifelong dream for me. Like how people, go about their life saying that, oh, this is my lifelong dream. It didn't come to me as such. Okay. Yeah.
Was it passion, a calling, or just a circumstance?
Coming here this morning, I told myself that, King, I'm going to be as honest as possible with this interview. And, was it passion? I wouldn't say it was passion. Being a physiotherapist wasn't a lifelong dream for me, as how people would say, oh, this profession was a lifelong dream for me. In fact, I had a different profession in mind, but that is a conversation for later. Sure. Yeah, but then I remember my parents, when it came that, oh, I should choose something, I chose all the profession and I added physiotherapy to it. So that was when I got physio. I was like, what is this course? Why this course? But I remember somewhere along the line, that is when it started to make sense. Somewhere along the line, I found clarity, and I just dive into it, and like turning out as a physiotherapist was one of the amazing things that have happened to me. And it is not just a calling to me now, because as I learned to be a physiotherapist, the more I felt like I'm supposed to be that, but I'm supposed to be that guy, I'm supposed to be here. Wow. And it's a calling, and now it's my life's purpose.
That's wonderful.
Yes.
What do we mean exactly when we say physiotherapy?
Okay, so physiotherapy is also known as physical therapy. So it is a health profession that is responsible for, restoring, maintaining, and improving the physical health of people. So what we physiotherapists do is we assess, we diagnose, and treat people with physical conditions. So we prescribe exercises, manual therapy, and all that to improve the overall being of people.
Wow, that's great. You made mention of clarity.
Yes.
And I can say that currently we would have students who are pursuing physiotherapy just like you did, and people who are even thinking of now pursuing that program. So when did it all begin to make sense? When did you figure out that this is now clearly my calling?
Yeah, when did it become clear for me that this was actually my calling? Wow. I remember in my university life, I think throughout level 200 to 400, university was quite tough, and then I really wasn't into the physiotherapy thing. So I think in level 300 first semester, I think I was quite late for class. I was on my way, and I met this man. I don't know. He looked familiar. He was coming close, and I was like, I know this man, but I just don't know where. I've seen him. And then he comes to me wearing this big smile, and he's like, "Doctor," and I'm like, "Yeah." And he was like, "My father, he's not using a wheelchair anymore. Like, he's standing up. Now he's trying to take some few steps." And I'm like, "Wow, that's amazing." It's like, "Yes, but we've been coming and we haven't been seeing you around." And I was like, "Oh, at the time I was doing my clinical practice, so we are back to school now. Like right now I have lectures, I have to go back." And then it was like, wow, that's I think that was the moment for me.
Wow.
That it became clear to me that no, this is something. So I remember going back to class and I was like, wow,
Beautiful.
like this is it. This is my calling.
Well, you had that for yourself. And so if you're looking for clarity, just look around you.
Just look around you.
So how do people usually misunderstand physiotherapy?
Oh, people really, really misunderstand physiotherapy. Many people think physiotherapy is actually the same as massage therapist. Yes, it's not even just the people around, even with some health professionals. Because I remember going to the wards, not just here at the teaching hospital, but also Kolebu, Koforidua, and like all those places that had physio. When you go to the wards and then you are there, and then you're like, "Oh, I have a client here, we are come to see them physio." And then the people are, "Oh, physio is here, we will come for massage." I'm like, what? Like, physio is deeper than that.
Wow.
Yes.
So what are the aspects of physiotherapy that we don't know about? Because just like you clearly said, everybody assumes it's just massage.
Yes.
Or the masseuse doing the necessary things they do on our backs and things like that. So what other parts do physiotherapists play?
Yeah.
What
So
roles?
there are different pillars in physiotherapy. We have the neurological.
Okay.
So we are talking about neurological conditions. We are talking about stroke. We are talking about Parkinson's and all those stuff. And then we have like the orthopedics, or like the musculoskeletal parts. And then we have pediatrics, we have women's health, and like we have even cardiopulmonary. Yes.
Wow.
Yes.
Wow.
So it's a rather broad thing. Massage though is part of therapy, but it's just a tiny piece of what we do. Yes.
That's great to hear, because today we are just debunking all the myths, I guess. And so it doesn't just end there, but aside people misunderstanding this concept of physiotherapy that you've made it known,
Yes.
how was it in university? How was it studying? What was the most rewarding part that made you realize, aside the man giving you the doctor
Yes.
recognition at once? Yes. What was the most rewarding part, and then the most hardest part of university?
Oh, university was wild, bro. University was very wild. But then I appreciate being in the university because it was a mix of pressure, growth, and like unforgettable friendships. But I think the hardest part of being in a university for me was, I think, from level 200 through to 400. I remember we had like 4 weeks of like extensive clinical practice, and then we'll come back and then we have like 5 weeks of extensive classroom learning. And with that, coupled with IAs, coupled with presentation, coupled with exams, and like that was just the thing. Wow. It was wild. It was wild. But I think the rewarding part was, how it felt like they were preparing us for the future, and the kind of relationship you have with your lecturers, the kind of relationship you have with some of the students. Like, you meet all kinds of people, and it just felt like home, even though there was so much pressure over there.
That's really wonderful.
Yeah.
That's wonderful.
Yeah.
So, in the midst of all this,
yeah,
I believe there were some strategies you put in place in order to get yourself on track, I would say, because coming back from a 4 weeks intensive clinic class,
come on,
full lectures for another 5 weeks, and then exam and a whole lot of things mixed up like that. I don't believe you just slept, woke up to follow the trend in order to get that. So what strategies? Was it any, you followed a strict schedule by your personal style, or what exactly did you do?
So I won't lie to you, I struggled for most of the years. I think between 100, 200, 300. I think it was in 300 to 400 when I actually had it all together. Because I remember, like, I wasn't even punctual to some of the classes. It was just the thing. It was just wild. So I remember time management. Time management was a thing for me. I decided to have a schedule. Like I had to draw a timetable to kind of like make sure that
Just to keep yourself on
just
track.
to keep myself on track, and that was it.
Wow.
And morning devotions and all those things were just, it helped me to
Something-
kind of like prepare myself for the day. Yeah.
Beautiful, beautiful. That's fantastic, because looking at what you do currently, and as to then, since we weren't in the previous picture, but
Yes.
you have gone through it,
Yes.
a lot of people are in that phase as we speak now,
Yes.
and others are equally aiming to jump into that phase. So how was that transitioning from being a student to the physio field? Because now, after graduation, we all have the myth in Ghana, of which statistics has it that close to 50% of people, even from graduation, don't get employed straightforward. So how did you blend in?
You know, after graduation, that was a big thing, because after graduation, I had to find my feet in the real world. And I don't know, it was difficult, but what really helped me was finding a mentor. So I found a mentor who actually helped me to navigate my life throughout, like the service periods to the time I was done, and even up to now. It was having the right mentor who was there to guide me in every step. Yeah, and it's really helped.
That's absolutely beautiful.
Yeah.
We are not pausing here, but we are just making you know that as it stands now, our data clarifies that what most of you watch our videos.
Okay.
You interact with us online, but unfortunately you've not subscribed. And when we release our videos, you don't get to see them first. Kindly hit the subscribe button so that what you get a notification, and hit that notification button too as well. Stay tuned.
Stay tuned.
So, Kingsley,
Yes.
this has its own way of finding us one way or the other.
Yeah.
As to you are done graduating, you've now transitioned, you have a mentor, and in this side of our world, mentee and mentorship is not really something that has clarity.
Yeah.
And since you just brought this up, how was it in terms of him helping you navigate through your service and finding work and working throughout? How was it? Was it something that you had to sit with him one-on-one always, or it was just a coincidence that you met him, or you searched for it?
Actually, so this is what happened. I think as part of my, 2024 New Year resolution, I added it to what I wanted. I actually made it a point to find a mentor.
Wow.
And then it was left with who to pick as my mentor, because there are a lot of people out there, and not so many people are willing, or not so many people have the ability to kind of like mentor you. So I actually had to sit down, write what I needed, what I want to, get from such person, and I had to go through a list and choose. And I found one, and what I would say that like that was one of the biggest things. That was the biggest choice that I made in 2024.
Wow.
And I remember, I think the first sitting was good, but then the second sitting and the previous sitting was like one of the best things, because like after sitting with him for like the first session, I was like, wow, like this is bigger than what I thought. And I remember him giving me this life expectancy document, 1 to 5 questions. Go there, go and look for the answer. Don't use AI, just go there. And then I remember myself searching through the internet, searching through YouTube, and then I found something bigger than even just the questions. And that was a moving point for me.
Wow.
That just lit everything up. Yes.
Wow. That's great.
Yeah.
So, you got that right. Finding a mentor is very necessary. Being a mentee too is very necessary. But you need to find the right person. We are in this space ensuring that we debunk all the things that fall into physiotherapy. Ensuring that you now have a brighter concept of what it is and living a purposeful life.
Yes.
So, stay tuned. Now, Kingsley.
Yes.
What advice would you give to somebody who is now, I've heard of this program. It's called Physiotherapy. I want to dive into it. Oh, my mom says I should do physiotherapy. And she said, Dr. Fonomudiska. Just for those that don't understand Akan, it means that doctors now have the money.
Yes.
So, what advice would you give to such a person to prepare for the entry and even after entering, how to sustain him or herself through that period?
Wow, that is a very good question. I think that before you enter into anything, try and then find more information about that thing.
Okay.
Yeah, I think that was one of the mistakes that I did.
Okay.
Yeah, and I didn't have enough information, but I was so grateful that it was a good thing in the long run. So I would say try and find more information about whatever you are trying to venture in. And then when you venture into the thing, don't just make the passion die. Just keep the fire burning and keep going, keep pressing, because that's what matters. Moving is the only thing that matters. Yes.
Wow. Now, when we speak of career clarity, now I'm in this space.
Okay.
You've already touched on clarity already.
Okay.
As to it became clear that this is what you are called for.
Yes.
What are some of the things you'd have to do? Or what are some of the things you are doing currently to ensure that you are current with the industry you are in, and also seeing to it that you make impact?
Oh, okay. So currently, I think I've started this YouTube channel called Soul Sync Studio.
Yes.
So on Soul Sync Studio, I have Physio Flow, where I talk about everything physiotherapy.
Okay.
Yeah. So I want to educate people, through content creation, through workshops, and through storytelling. Yeah, just to bridge that gap between physios and then
the myth that are out there already. Debunk everything clearly for people to understand.
Yes, because people have so many misconceptions, and people really need to be on the right path. People really need to be educated, directed in a certain way.
That's fantastic. So what mindset helped you? Because you made it clear that you were given 5 sets of questions to now go and search and not to use AI as the current generation we are already doing. So what mindset did it build in you?
What mindset?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I remember going through those questions and reading like articles, reading books, and I think that was the main thing for me. The changing part was getting to read for myself. Yeah, and I think that mindset has been with me as I've moved through that stage to even this current stage, like the ability to actually pick a book and read, it changes you.
Wow.
Yeah, there is so much knowledge in books. I won't lie to you. There's so much knowledge in books, so much knowledge in reading, and my mindset shift. I think one of the mindset shifts was when I got to understand that in this current stage, it's not just working to earn money, but it's working to learn.
Wow.
And when that mindset just shifts, I've had fulfilling days, and that's just powerful.
That's wonderful. So it shouldn't be that we are just learning just for learning's sake, or what students normally do in school. You chew and learn, or probably just pour on the paper, finish the exam, and I'm done with this thing. I don't want to repeat
Go
it
out
again.
there, find other informations, build yourself up. That's the most important. Yeah.
But then, to now look at physiotherapy.
Yes.
Currently, you are volunteering at the physiotherapy department at Hospital.
That's true.
What have you had it in your mind that, oh, this is my dream clinic that I want to work in? Just like students would have the dream to, oh, I want to attend Whole Technical University. Now they are an award-winning university, so I want to be there. Or I want to be in Newhouse because they have good credentials with health. Or I want to be in Harvard because of this and all that. So have you had it in your mind that, oh, I want to be at this specific hospital? I've heard that they have the best of this, so I want to be here to make my impact.
I think many of those have crossed my mind, but I recently bought into the idea of like building my own physiotherapy department. Like a whole physiotherapy station where, we are not just centered on like treatment, but then we deal more about the prevention aspects, and then the treatment, and then education. Yeah, because like looking at SoulSync, I want it to be like a bigger thing. Yeah, so I'm actually thinking of having my own physio, but right now, my future, or like maybe my dream place to be, is to kind of like be in maybe like a high, maybe let's say sports. Maybe sports, or like maybe the whole teaching hospital is a very good physio department. I'd really want to be there. Yeah,
that's great. That's wonderful. So currently, with all the three things you just mentioned, PET, I would say pet. So you want to generate a pet for yourself. Not a physical pet we have as in the dogs, but then you want to ensure that prevention is a key thing, education, and then treatment as a final part of it. That's beautiful. Now, speaking of all this, we all know that we don't just wake up and do things anyhow. You found clarity, now you are volunteering, you are making impact in our society. From now, this exact date, in between now to the next 3 years, 5 years, where do you expect to see yourself?
Where do I expect to see myself in the next 5?
What is the vision seeming like?
So I think this is one of the most how do I even say it? Questions that I usually used to struggle with, because I did not want to kind of like plan so much ahead, which leads to paralysis of And I remember having a conversation with someone, and she was like, "So what do you want to be in the next 5 to 10 years?" And I'm like, I don't really know. But being on this journey has actually opened my eye to some of the things that I really want to be in the future, because I just don't want to be a physiotherapist. Right now, I want to be a sought after communicationist, like talking to large crowds of people, educating large crowds of people, like moving more towards the preventive part of what I do. Faith. Like I'm also like very in tune with my spiritual life. So
that's beautiful.
Do that, blending my faith to it. I just want to move
just
forward,
ensuring that there's a soul sync there. The body, the mind, and that of the spirit in
that's
tune.
the spirit.
Wow,
that's my main focus right now. And I know it will be bigger in the next 5 to 6.
That's great.
Yeah.
So since the vision is far bigger like that, we often like to cast our mind back. And most of the question, or the simplest question that is being asked, is what advice would you have given your 18-year self?
My 18-year self. Wow, that's a very good question. My 18 years old. What advice? When you listen to this millionaires, multi-millionaires, billionaires, and every time they ask this question, they'll be like, hard work. Like they oversimplify it to hard work. What I would tell my 18 years self is to be spiritual. It's actually to be spiritual. That is the advice that I would tell. I'll tell my 18 years, be spiritual. When you are spiritual, like your mind change, your heart change, even your desires change. And like when I started to be spiritual, that's when everything began to like make sense. So I'll go back and tell that my 18-year-old self, like, be spiritual. Don't rush it. Like just don't compare yourself to other people. Just be spiritual and just keep going for it. It will all make sense. Yes.
Wow, wow. That's absolutely fantastic.
Yeah.
It's wonderful getting to hear this, that you would affirm to your 18 years self that be spiritual.
Yeah.
And in actual context, that means that it in tunes with your mind, the soul, and then that of your body, of which you're already doing on your channel currently. So that means that you've really found some sync in there. Wow, wow,
That's
wow,
true.
wow. That's
true.
fantastic. That's fantastic. So if we should say that physiotherapy
Yes.
in its actual self currently, and within the department you serve now,
Yeah.
what is one particular thing that you would like to influence or have impact on in the industry that should change? Because basically, I know there is a trend of doing things, and since we are now in a technological world, there are new ways of doing them.
Yeah.
And so which other way? Because already, through Facebook or through YouTube, you are impacting others. So which other way in the physical space where people can locate you, how do you intend having your influence to change the environment?
Change people. Yeah. So I was thinking more of mentorship.
Okay.
Mentoring other physios, especially the physios who are now coming up.
Wow.
Yeah, because they don't really tell you what it's like there to like finish school and then like throw you into the society where there are no jobs, there are, you know, like all those things. So mentoring the younger physios, you know, teaching them like what is actually in the real world, like what happens in the real world, and blending the physio, the things that they learn in school with the things that's happening in the real world. I think that is the main focus.
That is the main thing.
Try and mentor someone to become better than you.
So currently at Whole Teaching Hospital, for how long have you been there?
I've been there for like two years now.
2 years now.
I did my service there.
Okay.
And I've been volunteering, I think, since last November or so. Yeah, and I think during my school years, I did most of my clinical practice over there. Yeah.
That's wonderful. So what's the next big thing for you, personally and professionally?
Wow, the next big thing. Okay, so right now, I just want to focus on Soul Sing Studio. We have it on YouTube, TikTok, and Instagram. I just want to focus on giving people premium content, you know, to shape their lives and to, you know, be on the right path. And professionally, I want to, you know, kind of like further my education. So maybe I'm thinking maybe sports therapy or maybe public health. I'm really thinking about that. And yeah, but ultimately, I just want to keep growing, keep improving, keep giving, and, you know, just living a better life.
That's fantastic. That's fantastic.
Yeah.
The word already has it. Givers never lack.
Yes.
And there is none that are given unto the Lord that the Lord has not replenished.
Excellent.
So that's powerful.
Yes.
I would say, to wrap up our whole physiotherapy world today, what would be your words, your last words to those out there? Let me pick it from the student category.
Okay.
Those trying to enter the university, those that are already in the university, and some that have exited, but yet still have not found their feet clearly. What will be your last words to them?
Yeah, so I think I learned this poem from one of my favorite people, Myron Golden. He says that, isn't it funny how princesses and kings and clowns will caper in sawdust rings, and common folks like you and I, we are all builders for eternity.
Wow.
To each is given a book of rules, a bag of stone, a block of stone, a bag of tools, and each must shape their lives. Has flown a stumbling block or a stepping stone. He worked as a menial's hire, only to learn this made at any wage he had asked of life. Life would have willingly paid. So what this actually shows us is to go out there into the real world and ask for more. Just ask for more. Be humble, stay quiet, and just ask more questions. Ask for more and you will receive.
Wow.
Yes.
Wow. Ask for more and you would receive.
Yes.
And we all know the emphasis which the Bible has already laid. That you ask, you receive, you knock, it is open unto you.
Yes.
And so ensure that you ask for more. Be humble and stay humble.
Yes.
See you in the next episode. Until then, subscribe, hit the notification button, ensure that you stay tuned for our updates always. This is not just some videos that you watch for excitement. No, we're ensuring impact. We're ensuring that the next generation sees what? The vision that they have with clarity. So stay tuned. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you very much, boss.
Thank you.
Yeah.